Oh, the Steelers, baby. Okay. Steelers got blown out of the water 36 on Sunday, and it's more of the same. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Offense looks terrible. Defense had an off day. It happens. It happens. I mean, I've said it before. I mean, you can't expect to have the defense, perform over and over and over again like they did against the Raiders and against Cleveland. That's not going to happen every week. That's what happens when you're too reliant on the defense, going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, over and over and over again. I'm sure the Steelers have more 3 and outs than touchdowns this season, or touchdowns and field goals. It's hard to win a game when the opposing defense knows exactly what's coming to them. It's hard to win a game. I'm telling you, it's like when the Houston Astros were cheating in a 2017 World Series against the Dodgers. I'm only bringing up that reference because I'm a Dodger fan, okay? But, they don't even need to cheat to know what's going on. It's either a screen pass if you're throwing the football. It's either a screen pass or a jet sweep. It's so damn predictable. So damn predictable what's coming. The defense doesn't really even need to try to figure out what's happening. They need to get rid of Matt Canada. There's nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. You can't tell me otherwise. Just look at this. Let's listen to the stats. So, Steelers have not even had a 400-yard game offensively since Matt Canada's been offensive coordinator, which has been for over 2 years now. This is his third season. Hasn't had one. And I heard something from Ryan Clark saying you could fluke your way. Maybe the other team's banged up or something like that. The other defense is banged up. They haven't even had a fluke. Every other team has done that 4 times. 4. Steelers don't even have one. Tell me that's not concerning. And the Steelers are also the only team that's never had a 30-point-plus game since he's been offensive coordinator. Tell me that's not concerning. Tell me that's not concerning. And you could say, well, last year you had to deal with Mr. Trubisky. He was maybe not all that great. And Kenny Pickett was still trying to find himself as a quarterback. His first season was with Big Ben Roethlisberger. Was it the same Big Ben? No. Okay. It's still Big Ben Roethlisberger. Was he trying to find himself as a quarterback? No. The year prior, he was putting up 30-plus points. There's no excuse with Matt Canada. There's just nothing. Nothing that you could back up and say, well, this, well, that. No. He is not a good offensive coordinator and needs to get out of Pittsburgh. Maybe a defensive coordinator would suit him better because he surely knows how to keep points away from the offense. Seriously. And Mike Tomlin. What happened to the changes, man? He said that there was going to be changes. It's more player-based, which after a 30-6 loss, I mean, yeah, you do want to work on your players and everything like that. That makes sense. But are you going to tell me that's the sore root to all the problems that have been going on with this offense, with this team? That you got to be kidding, man. You can't be serious. That offense has been atrocious for the past 3 seasons, even with Big Ben, because the defenses knows what's coming at them. It's so damn predictable. And this does fall on Mike Tomlin, okay? It does, because he's choosing to keep him. And look, if Matt Canada doesn't go, we're looking at the same type of season that the Steelers had last season, okay? Finishing off 9-8, 8-9. whoopee, Mike Tomlin doesn't have has another year without a losing season. Good job. Let me tell you something, man. That team is too talented to go 9-8. If that team goes 9-8 for a second consecutive season, that is a huge letdown for me and Steeler Nation. Because last year was supposed to be the year where they're not all that great. This year is supposed to be, well, they're more developed and everything like that. They can't even really develop because of how bad the offensive coordinator is. Now, has that offense looked their best? No. No, they haven't. But that is something you could change, and it seems like that's something that they're going to change in preparation this week. But if the play calling is trash, is that really going to do much? Sure, maybe they put up 13 points as an offense this week, 16. That's still below league average. You know what I mean? Offensive play calling needs to change, which means Canada needs to go. Okay? And I've never questioned Mike Tomlin as a head coach, but now it's just like unexcusable. Like you can't help but kind of point the finger out at Mike Tomlin. Because he's keeping him on there. He's keeping him on the staff. And now that things have kind of been put into light on like the Mike Tomlin's track record, it's a little concerning. It's a little concerning because there have been teams that Mike Tomlin has coached that probably should have maybe even have been in a Super Bowl that even come close. And there have been teams that he has had that exceeded expectations. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. One of the times getting outcoached by someone who hasn't even been a head coach in the NFL or who isn't even their head coach. I'm referencing the time where they lost to Cleveland in the playoffs. It's just it's getting harder and harder to defend the guy. And keeping Matt Canada, we're just looking at more of the same. So I don't really have high expectations with this team anymore if they keep him. I don't, and it sucks, man, because I just feel like this team is too talented to do the same thing from last year. To have the same exact thing happen like last year. I truly believe that. But, I mean, it's really frustrating for Steelers fans. I know that the Fire Canada chants are going to be crazy. If there's one Steeler fan that wants Matt Canada on as offensive coordinator, that's actually surprising. That's how bad the offense has been. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay? So, changes need to happen with the coaching. So, we'll see what happens. I don't expect it to happen, but that's just where we're at right now. It's really frustrating. Really frustrating as a fan, man. So, we'll see what happens. They got Baltimore this week, who's looked pretty good against the Browns. Divisional rival. We'll see how they play, man. But yeah. Go Steelers.